this is a Rubiks Cube, and I'm going to teach you how to solve it. So when it comes to learning this, the first thing I will tell you to learn is the terminology for cubing. So depending on like what tutorial or website you're on, they're almost always going to follow a certain standard of algorithms to solve this. And with these algorithms, there's like letters that mean for each rotation of a side. So depending on how you hold this cube, you should hold it with basically a corner to your right shoulder. This way, this will be your front side, this will be your up side, this will be your down side, this will be your left side, this will be your right side. And with that, it's the same kind of terminology going forward to how you're supposed to spin it. So if I want you to spin your top side, the up side, which is a U, it'll be like that. If I want you to do a U counterclockwise, it'll be like that. Now if I want you to do a front, it'll be like this. If I want you to do it a counterclockwise, it'll be like this. Now if I want you to do a right turn, it'll be like this. If I want you to do a counterclockwise right turn, it'll be like this. If I want you to do an up counterclockwise, obviously you already know how to do that. If I want to show you a left counterclockwise, it'll be like this. That's counterclockwise. And then your down counterclockwise will be like this. And obviously the opposite for just a regular down. So with that, we're going to obviously have to scramble this cube so that we can get to solving it right back to its original state. And we will do that. Completely random. You see this? Look how crazy. Look how fast my cube skills are. Fastest cuber in the United States. Oh, shit. Boom. Alright. That looks pretty scrambled to me. So from here, what we want to do is solve for a white cross. Right across here, we want a plus sign, and that'll be our first layer. Obviously, we kind of lucked out here with this blue one. It's already the right side up, facing blue. The tip here for solving this cross here, this white cross, is actually not to just solve for having the top side white, but you need to account for the sides, obviously. This way, it'll just make it 100% more, it'll just make it second nature going forward. The way that we do this here, so we line up a white side here, white and green, and then we'll spin it up, and you can see not only is the top correct, but the side is as well. So we want to do this for each one of these, so just two more here. So we're going to find our other two sides here, so we have our red and white, and we want that to be up here. So that one's just an easy spin. You should be able to do this without any help, honestly. It'll help you to get familiar with the cube too, just how it rotates and moves around. Just kind of search out, find your whites, and see that it's on this. This is our orange here. So we want it to go up here, but this is a really good case here. What'll happen if I do it like I did it for the other ones and just spin it up? You can see that it's not actually solved. It's in the right spot, but it's not solved. So instead of spinning it up like that, what I like to do is I'll spin my top side like that, and then we'll put this right up here. So that was the empty top side that I just spun out of the way so that I could just kind of rotate my whole cube. And now we have our top side faced. If not, an easier way would be kind of like this, if you want to do it like this way. If it's kind of like boom, 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 that'll work. But yeah, let's go to our white corners. Now for our white corners, there's I think 3 possibilities, maybe 4 if I'm thinking properly. One of them, obviously right here, is like a white side out facing, so like if we find it's a red and a green, so this one is supposed to go to this spot, just like so, but obviously I can't do that because then I add a whack of this one. So the way that we do this is a good way to remember this. There's an algorithm right for this side. It's front face, so it's just front, you know. So front, D, and then front, up, right? But I like to remember it like this. So the way that I do this is I'll spin the side that has the color that we want on top here. It's the side that we're going to spin, so front, but obviously I just showed you this. Just a little like thing to help you remember how that goes in and how that rotation goes. Because sometimes you'll think, oh, this, and it'll be the wrong rotation. So for this one's in the right, or in a corner, not the right spot. It needs to be over here. So what I'll do is I'll just bump that out actually. Put another one in its spot. Oh, I don't want that one. Put another one in its spot here. So now we have what we need at the bottom here, blue and orange. So this one actually is going to go right to this spot here. And like I said before, since this one is the white side, this is going to be the one that I rotate. So instead of a front face, it's going to be a right turn, right? A right counterclockwise, a D counterclockwise, and then a right. And then boom, it's in our spot. And then we have two more to go. Right here's one, so blue and red. So this will be right here. I already showed you this one. So front face turn, down turn, front face. All right, and that's up. And then we go around to our other side here. And right here it is, so it's on this side. Boom. Okay, now that we have our first layer complete, we are going to move to our second layer, which is honestly the part where you're going to probably find some difficulty. This is where it's going to start to get hard. Not too hard, but it's just going to start to get to the point where you're going to have to remember how these turns and algorithms are going to have to go. So for this case, what I like to do is I find a color. This one's in the spot that I like it, so this is the front side, green, right? Matching up, this is the middle piece, the middle corner, and I need that right here. So the way that I like to do this, to remember this, is to spin it away from where it needs to go. So this color, it's away. Yeah, in reality, where it should be going is this way, to the right. I'm going to spin it left, my top layer left. Then I'm going to spin my bottom corner here up. And then I'm going to spin this orange piece and this white one away on this top layer and spin it back. And you can see, boom, we got it lined up right here, and we need it to slide in place here. But our two whites are down here, so we can't just put it like that. What we have to do is spin it away one more time, spin that front face, and slide it in. And boom, we got that. And everything, our white face is still intact at the bottom here. And we'll go around and just find another color that we need to put in here. Right here's orange and blue. So this orange one, it's the same exact one we just did, so we move it away. Spin this side up to the right. Up again. Right counter. Spin. Face. Spin our face here. Top. Face again. Boom. That's it. Okay, what else we will have? We need red and a green. Okay, this is an opposite. So this one, show you the opposite way. It's the exact same rotation kind of, but in the opposite. So instead of spinning it this way, where it needs to go, like again, spin it away to the right side, spin the left side up, then back, down on your left side, over, spin this face, and put it in its spot and slide it down. So now we have our two layers complete. So when it comes to solving for our yellow top here, the hardest layer in my opinion, and most people would definitely agree, we want to do the exact same thing that we did with our white layer with our yellow layer. And what I mean by that is by solving for this cross, then corners, then the right orientation, right? So for this, we're going to do this little simple algorithm, and I say simple. After you learn it, this is going to be pretty hard to learn first time. You're going to do a front face turn here, up here with the right side, to the top rotation to the left, down, back here, and down again. And now we have a cross. You're going to do that as many times as it takes to solve for your cross here. Now, I kind of lucked out here with my cross lining up perfectly. If you do, you're lucky. You would skip a step here, but I'm actually going to show you the step anyway that you'd need to learn, just because obviously you're going to need to learn it. What would happen here typically is none of these cross faces would line up color-wise. So this next algorithm I'm going to teach you will basically switch two spaces here. Since they're already in the right orientation here in the cross, I'm just going to trade these and then trade them back. So what I'll do here is a right rotation up, over, down, again, boom. So now you could see that orange and blue traded spots, but everything else is good. These two over here are good. These two traded spots. So we're just going to trade them back again. So what we do here is right turn up, top turn, and then right turn down, and then top turn again, right turn up, and then top turn twice till this white one's back in its spot here, and then we spin it down like that, and then boom, you can see that blue is now in its spot, orange is in its spot, and some of these corner faces are facing up now, which is fine. It might look okay, but it's actually not solved completely yet. So now we solve for our cross. Now for this one, we're going to worry about our corners. We want to get our corners in the right spot. Not that they're facing up the right way, but they're in the right spot. So we can go look around here. You can see this one's not in the right spot. This one's not in the right spot. This one's not in the right spot. But this one is. So that's good, actually. We can only move 3 corners in this next algorithm at the same time. So I'm actually going to keep this one that I want to keep in the same spot here that is correctly in the right spot. And it could be in the right spot, but spun differently, which is fine. That's don't worry about that if it is. Just keep it in the right spot. We'll worry about how it's oriented next. So for this one, we're going to spin this corner that we want to keep in the right spot away from us on the top layer. Spin this up, so our white side's showing here. Spin the top again. Spin this one here. Spin that back. Spin that down. Spin that back over here. And there we go. So let's see how this turned out. This one's in the right spot, wrong orientation, which is good. This one's in the right spot, wrong orientation. This one's in the right spot, wrong orientation. So everything's in the right spot. You are on the absolute last step here to solve this cube. See, everything's solved except for 3 corners, maybe 4 if you're unlucky. But so there's 3 corners we need to solve. What I like to do is get this corner that's unsolved and do this next algorithm. This is where most people mess up. So just please pay attention to this down layer spin. What's going to happen here is after every time you get the yellow spot and the correct spot, you're going to have to turn this bottom one just once. But just remember that. Remember that. And also, you're not going to, after you solve for this corner, you're not going to flip the whole cube like this and then do it. All I want you to do is spin the corner to the right spot. So let's go ahead and I'll show you what I mean by that. So we want to orientate this one so the yellow's on top. What we'll do here is do a right down, do a down, a right up, down, and just keep doing that over and over again. And then you can see it's in the right spot, but don't forget this step. Remember, we need to do it down over again. And then now how this is solved, we're not going to spin the whole cube, just the top layer. Just like that, and then solve for this corner again. Alright. Just keep doing that until, perfect, lines up, slide it up. Don't forget the bottom turn again. Boom. And then we do spin the top layer, not the whole cube, just the top layer. And then we're going to spin this again. And just do this over and over again until it's solved. Boom. It's boom. 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 And that's a solved Rubik's Cube. Congratulations. You did it.